Where'd he go? He's right there. Colin. Collier. Not Colin's messed up. Collier, thank you. Thank you for opening up your establishment to us. Really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I was in a meeting a couple weeks ago, and the person introduced me. We had like an hour. And he stopped, and at the end, he goes, "It's my pleasure to introduce the next governor of Florida, Byron Daniels." Jimmy, it happens, baby. It happens sometimes. When you live, these things happen. And so he was committed to it. And so the people at the table like, he just messed up your last name. I said, don't worry about it. Because on August 18th, when you go to the ballot, all you see is Byron or you see Donald's. As long as you check the right box, we're going to win the Republican nomination. And this November, we'll win the governor mansion for the state of Florida. I don't really get too caught up. I don't get too caught up when you call me. As long as you vote for me and call me governor, that's all I'm worried about these days. It's really my pleasure to be here. DC, your mayor's doing a pretty good job. He's doing a pretty good job. DC, thank you for being my Andrade. I'll be nice today, Andrade. I had fun with him. I had fun with Andrade last night. It's good to see you. And I know she's somewhere. Where is she? Where is she? Michelle, what are you doing all the way over there? Michelle Salzman, for the people. It's good to see you, Michelle. As we travel the state, people are on the front of the podium and they say to me about the floor drink. I was in the Villages a couple of weeks ago, and there was a World War II vet was there, 101 years old, 101 years old, still sharp as a tack. And you know, when you have a World War II vet who interrupts your speech, and he interrupted me, and he goes, Byron, I want you to tell people when you travel the state, you tell them this. You tell them that when they bought a house in Florida, they didn't just buy a piece of property. They bought a way of life. That's right. There you go. So as we travel the state through the campaign, when we travel the state into the general election, and we talk to all of the voters of the people of Florida, we are going to remind them all that when you decided to make Florida your home, it just wasn't for weather and beaches, although I must say. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you? Yeah. You did because we are the standard of liberty and freedom and peace. We are the state. We are the state that is committed to individual liberty and property rights and constitutionalism and just common sense. We're the state that will always protect your free speech. We are the state that will always stand up to the bully, the medical establishment. We are the state that let you come and just live your dreams and build wealth, build a great business, or get married or retired, and go down to the pizza bar from Brooklyn, New York on the pier, and pier, and get a nice slice of pizza. And I'm gonna come test out that Brooklyn pizza from Brooklyn. That's what we're about. I've been in 57 of the 67 counties in Florida, and Jimmy knows work schedule. Jimmy knows the congressional schedule. People say, "But how do you pull this thing?" I say, "We're done voting. I'm on a plane to somewhere in Florida." And we go and we see all the people of Florida. We're talking about the issues, property taxes. Yeah. We'll see what the governor, Andrade, Salzman, y'all work to do. We'll see what the legislature and the governor come up with. And we'll see what happens there. We're to support they come up with. Because the people of Florida are not pig banks. Right. Yes. They're not piggy banks. We're going to make sure that the sheriff's department and the police department, firefighters, emergency personnel, they're going to get the salary and the wages and support that they need. We're going to make sure that happens. But at the same time, we're going to make sure your hard money stays your hard money. Everybody loves to talk about those. We're going to continue to do those. But let me tell you how this is going to be even expanded. Every agency of government, state and local, will be approached. We will all audit it. And you know how you guys get your Amber Alerts? You know Amber Alert, there's been a child abduction? You know how you get an alert, a storm coming? Yeah. We're going to make sure you get alert and the audits are ready. Because a transparent government is a government that works for the people of Florida. And we are going to make sure we modernize our government and we're efficient with our government. Because it's not our money. It is your money. And we're going to make sure that every dollar is being spent efficiently on behalf of the people of Florida. We talk about insurance. There was some candidate a long time ago sitting up north, and he would say, "Oh, that's y'all give me a second. It's my mom. Hi, mom. Mom. I'm in the middle of a rally right now." Oh, you did?
Hi, Mom.
All right, well, Mom. Okay, Mom. Let me do this. I'm gonna send me that page, and I'm gonna make sure we take care of it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take care of it. I got you. I'll do it. But Mom, I know I want you to side everybody. Hold on. Ready? Hold on. Mom. Oh wait, hold on. I put the wrong. Hold on, Mom. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna say hi to everybody.
Hi, hello. Hi, everyone. Stay blessed and have a great rally.
Love you, Mom. I'll talk later. I'll call you. All right. You better talk to your mom when she calls you. When it comes to insurance, get back on track. When it comes to insurance, turn over and I don't want to look at no more. When it comes, I'll give a quick story. I was in, oh my gosh, I forget the county I was in. This is about a year ago. I'm in the county. It's an REC dinner and pictures on the side. And there's coming up, they want to take pictures. Steve, you know how this works. They want to take pictures, right? So this lady comes up to me, nice lady, and she goes, "President Trump loved me. And if it wasn't for Melania, I would be Mrs. Trump." I was like, okay. So I said, well, let's take a picture. I'll send it to him. She goes, really? Oh, let's take a picture. I'll send it to him. So we take a picture. I send it to the president. I said, "Mr. President, he loves you. And everybody here loves you." I get a call 5 minutes later from the president. I'm in line to take a picture. "Where are you?" I said, "Sir, I'm in Florida. I'm about to do this dinner. We all love you." He goes, "I'm about to go to a dinner too. Hey, put on the microphone." All right, so run up to the stage. I'm like, "Give me a mic, give me a mic. Chair there." She goes, "What do you do?" I said, "I need a microphone." She's like, "Your time it's not now. You can't speak now." I go, "It's the president." She goes, "Come on, mic." So he put the mic, it's like the president's talking to everybody, the place goes ballistic. He calls at some of the most interesting times. So this stuff is not pre-programmed, it just happens. My mom called me, she's telling me about some stuff with Social Security. So I gotta be a good son and also a member of Congress, make sure I help my mom out. So that's what I'm gonna do. Because that's a call from my mom and now I'm gonna speed the whole thing up. So here we go. Insurance, we're gonna make sure we build on top of the great work that Governor Ron DeSantis and the legislature has done. And we're gonna do everything we can to put down these rates. Because when it comes to tax and insurance, principal and interest cannot be less. They can't be less than tax insurance. Your principal and your interest you pay to the mortgage company, that can't be less than insurance and taxes. When it's less than insurance and taxes, we got a problem. And we're gonna make sure we fix that problem and raise it to Florida. Let's talk about the thing that everybody's got on their mind, growth. Everybody's talking about it. How do we manage growth, Byron? What are we going to do? I hear the people, they say, can we just build a wall? Can we tell them there's no room in Florida? Florida's full.
Good idea.
Let's talk about it in reality. When you're best run state in America, when you're a state that is the envy of the other 49, and when you have states out there in Illinois, New York, they're just plain stupid. A funny thing happens, people go to greener pastures. And Florida is the greenest pasture in all of America. There was a state that was actually quite similar to Florida. You should close your eyes and visualize this. It was a state with great weather, a state with great resources. People went to just build their dreams, a state where people opened up businesses, a state where young kids to get educated. They even had a tagline for this state. It was called the California Dream. 40 years ago, California was that state. And they destroyed it with stupid, radical, progressive, insane policy. Today, Florida is what California used to be. So now everybody's talking about the Florida Dream. They move here for it. But here's the difference. Here's the difference. As your next governor, the Florida Dream is not, and I stress, not going away. The Florida Dream is going to be bigger, badder, and bolder than ever before. Well, how do we protect that? We got to talk about growth. The Panhandle needs a growth management plan, just like South Florida needs a growth management plan. Oh, they got my mic. They don't want me talking about it. There we go. The battery died. Well, that just means I'm sure they fixed this. Well, they fixed this one. You got Florida? Anybody been there lately? They need a growth management plan. We got to be smart about the future of our state. Where are the affordable housing options to go for our frontline workers? I just went through the Fish House kitchen. When I was in college, I cooked in the kitchen. I waited tables. I bussed tables. I did that hard work when I was in college. I graduated from FSU back in 2002. Go Olds. And when I graduated and when I moved down to the next floor, you know what I was doing? I was still waiting tables at Cracker Barrel. And I was moving furniture in the hotels on the weekend to make ends meet. My wife was a staff accountant, just starting out. And on the weekends, she was working with Kelly Services. She was working with Kelly Services to make ends meet. That's how I started. That's the hard work that everybody has to do when they're starting out. Right. But we got a responsibility to make sure that there's entry-level housing for the people who are working hard across our state. You talked about roads. Guess what? We're behind. Yeah. We got to make sure we're building roads for the future of our states. What about commercial industry here in North Florida? We have counties that are now fiscally constrained because the old industry and the old mills shut down. What about those cities? We got to have a plan for the future of our states. It would be easy to come out with a campaign slogan and just say no growth. That's easy. But folks, that's politics. I'm not here to do politics. I'm here to tell you the truth. And I'm here to tell you the truth. And here's what it is. There has never been an institution, there's never been a company, there's never been a family, there's never been a government that got better by not growing. Right. Think about that one. Everybody remember Netflix? Yeah. Netflix, how it used to be what it is today. There was another company that was the premier entertainment distributing company on the face of the earth. And that company was named Block. You cheered. Did you make sure you rewind so you had them extra fees? You rewind every time? Rewind every time. But Blockbuster stopped thinking about the future. They thought they had it all. They're gone today. We got to have a strategy and plan for how we're going to manage the growth of our state. How are we going to manage the ag lands that we still need in Florida? Because agriculture is a pillar of our state. It's how our state started. It will always be a pillar of our state. Because without it, y'all ain't going to eat.
That's right.
Tourism, our environment, we have to keep it pristine. We need it. Because without it, we don't have an economy. But we also have to think about where the new industries are going to go. In short, we got to have a plan. I prefer to have a plan and have a talking point.
That's right.
Because a talking point is not going to make sure that you have the service that you're unaccustomed to. A talking point is not people who come into our state, start to build their American dream and work their way ladder. So much of us, a talking point is not going to fresh water or preserving our rural fringe or preserving our environment. Talking points do that. Strategies and plans do that. People ask about you. I'm going to give you an example. It's about work week this week. A lot of people, Fox views, social media, and YouTube clips. Endorsement from Donald J. Trump. But here's what Jimmy knows, and even Andrade knows, because when Jimmy Andrade came into the House, he was a freshman, wet behind the ears, baby at the time. Both of those men see me work, and when it's time to actually work and solutions, there's no TV cameras around, there's no social media clips around. We're not taking pictures and doing B-roll. We're behind these working hard to make sure we have actual solutions. On Capitol Hill, I have honor and the pleasure working with our leadership. Sometimes they piss me off. I'm telling you straight up. Sometimes they piss me off. But working with our leadership to constructively figure out how to make this stuff done. And the president's big agenda, one big beautiful bill. You know who at the table in the House to find a way to get the budget resolution? Your next. The first in American history, the federal government supporting school choice in every state in America. For the first time in American, there was a point where it was going to fall uphill. Do you know who in the meeting office to make the state bill? Well, it's the Oval, obviously. Texas was there, and was there. So when we talk about these ideas, this is not talk, it's the work that I've done for more than a decade in politics. And I will know politics is frustrating. You want to see motion actually done. Side note on Washington, D.C., the House of Representatives has been doing the job the last 18 months. It is our colleagues in the United States who deserve the buster as opposed to deliver results for the American people. And that's the problem in Washington, D.C. The president's wrong on this. Time for the filibuster to go. Let's be focused on our seat. Best thing going. The crown jewel of America. The future is managing our growth so we can continue to stay in America. But that's growth. We could talk about space launch. We could talk about moving to our state. It's moving to our state and we'll become Kathy Hope the cold Florida Realtors of the Year. Let's talk about young people. It's our future. She's like, I am not turning off for him. I love that. I love your shirt. Her shirt is play. Enjoy time. 3 sons, 22 and 14. 3 sons, I'm young, right? We're gonna have fun. campaign. Not going to be so. You know, one of the reasons I live young. Right. It just doesn't. Mama beats them. Just don't. Mama beats them. It don't crack. We look wrong. What you talking about? I got my beard to prove. 8 and 14. Those are my sons. Those are their. My wife, we first got our full focus was on education. The reason why was education because a child is one time through our educational system get an opportunity to be successful. Our mission is to be two major things. One, we want all of our children to learn math, reading, and writing. Graduate our schools. The intellectual capacity, literacy to take the reins, whatever holds in the state of Florida. The second thing, down in South Florida, one of our aims is to be much positive. Conditions all across the state, design internship and chips and on-the-job training for our high schoolers. If they're not going to FSU, or they're not going to UWF, or not going to SF, or if they've been going to Tassie's College, I remember DC, and they had to tell me, not anymore. If they're not going to college or university, how are they going to be successful? We want to make sure there's a launch pad for those young people in our high school. So something very important. Be able to put on the table, a roof over their head, and build the Florida dream self. And if we're going to talk about, and let's talk about it, you want to preserve Florida, you want to preserve Florida's culture, you want to preserve Florida's life. The way that continues, and need a young boy has the skills to put on the table, to become a man, and a young lady who's, you know what, I'm going to bet my lot in life on you, and then go get married, have kids, and perpetuate this experiment of sterilization here in the state of Florida. That's how this continues. As I'm going to tell you, our young boys must become men, and they must become leaders, their families, and our communities, and the way you do that is you make sure you can hit the ground running, get money, live Florida dream for those. So Pensacola, I'm excited. I got to tell you, Governor DeSantis done a great job. He's done a job leading our state. Before him, I did a great job leading. The president and I are very close. Politics is weird when you start mentioning names. But if you're going to talk the history of how Florida, from a blue state to the you can't tell that story about jealous. And we're going to build the assertiveness of the men who have led this over the last year, including the current occupants of Florida's governor's mansion. We are going to put in place and prepare for the future of Florida. I want sons to live their dream in Florida because that's how we do. She doesn't get on the plane and go see her grandkids. She wants to be in Florida. And the goal is simple. As your governor, we're going to continue to be number one. We're going to continue because I'm 47 right now, just so you know. But when I'm 77 years old, when I'm gone, somebody is running for governor. I want to say, I fire and I will marvel at how Florida is still the state in all of America. Bless you, Pensacola. God bless you. God bless you. God bless America.
How you doing?